Hello, my name is Kevin Van Note, and I am the band and choir director at Selma Middle School and here at Wapani High School. And welcome to the 2025 Fall Selma Middle School Band Concert. I was thinking on my way in about what I was going to say when I opened up, and I thought about how great things sometimes come from a big mess or from chaos. And I feel like when we start a piece of music, even with the 8th grade sometimes, it's super messy. And with the 7th grade band starting out this year, none of them knew how to play at all 8 weeks ago. And you start trying to make music and put these pieces of music together, and it's very crazy and messy, and people are lost, but you just keep at it and you don't give up. And lo and behold, they start doing a great job, and light bulbs start coming on, and people start understanding. So I am really excited tonight to present the music that we have for you. There are 3 pieces of music for the 7th grade, 3 pieces of music for the 8th grade, and then there's an exciting little drum thing that one of our 8th grade students put together all on his own without my help at all, that we'll close out the show with. So it shouldn't be a very long show, but it's packed with a bunch of exciting stuff. And we're starting tonight with the 7th grade band, and I think it's great that this is their very first concert. We give them a big round of applause. I told them, when you go out there and you see all those people, just breathe. You're okay, because they're all nervous. And I said, because we rehearsed today in here on stage, and everything was great. They sounded great, and I've been saying, as long as they do tonight what they did today, we're solid. So just breathe. You guys are great. You're going to do a good job. Here we go. This first piece of music is called 12 O'Clock Strikes. Thank you very much. This next number is called Along Came a Spider, and it's meant to mimic the sounds of a spider scooting around on stage while they're playing. There's a few spots where I think they try to stomp on it or something. I do want to acknowledge our drum set player who's on drum set tonight, Mr. Noah Clevenger. Give him a round of applause. guys. That was great. All right, our third piece of music. It's called Battle of the Samurai. And this is a little tougher for us to put together with keeping them all together because there's some time changes. It starts out kind of slow, and then it picks up faster, and then there's a battle part in the middle where the samurai warriors are battling each other, and then at the end there's kind of peace again, and then the heroes become exalted. So there keeps being these time changes, and it's difficult to play, especially when you're a brand new musician, to keep everybody to stay together. They're all doing different stuff. So I hope you enjoy this piece of music. Here is Battle of the Samurai. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell. It's a lot better. So thank you very, very much. Give them one more round of applause. Eighth grade band, you may stand up and go around and get your instruments. The seventh grade band is going to come in and sit down because I want them to watch the eighth graders. So give us just about 5 minutes or so. We'll be right back.
Later that same evening.
All right. Thank you for your patience. I just want to make sure we're all ready and then nobody needs anything. I do want to acknowledge over on piano over here, I've done this piece of music a lot because I just like it so much. It's a home run when it comes to middle school music. It's called African Spirit Dance. And I've never had anyone learn the piano part. So give it up for Mr. Elan King on piano. We hope you enjoy this. This is African Spirit Dance. Sometimes I give students some strange metaphors with music, and one of them is of a house representing music or representing a song. And that's that, like, the basement or the foundation of the house would be like the bass guitar, the bass parts, the tuba, maybe even percussion. It like holds the house up. Everything else sits on top of that. And then like the middle of the house, like the downstairs might be your middle harmony instruments like French horn, alto saxophone, sometimes clarinet, tenor sax. And then the upper part of the house, where maybe the melody is a lot, is the trumpets and the flutes and clarinets. And so this next piece of music is called Brass in the Basement. And what they're talking about is the lower brass instruments. It's supposed to feature the lower brass instruments. And for us, that is also our bass guitar player. Would you give it up for Mr. Landon? And in the last band, it was Emma Biner. Give her a round of applause. I tell them the bass player, everyone hears you. It's like the drummer. If you make a mistake, everybody knows. So you got to be on your game. All right, so here we go. This is called Brass in the Basement. I would like to acknowledge our low brass back here, Isaac Asung, Jacoby Workman, and Dane Henderson. We give them a round of applause as well. I have some 7th graders that are stepping in on this next number to play mallet parts. Jace King and Gavin Burris. Give them a round of applause. You got plenty of time. This next piece of music is called Junkyard Jam. And the idea is that the percussion parts are, for the most part, being played on buckets or trash cans or kind of anything really you want to find. And oddly enough, the 8th grade band kind of bangs on their stands in this number the way the 7th grade band did in theirs. This is a really cool piece of music that I've done several times. I just like it a lot. Again, I tend to think pieces like this are home runs for middle school kids. And this is called Junkyard Jam. Hope you enjoy it. Can we have a round of applause for Josh, Emma, Nikayla, Elan, and Braxton? So I'm going to kind of quickly move things out of the way here. A little story. Elan, tell me if I'm wrong. Elan watched this movie about a drummer, and the name of the movie is called Whiplash. It's a jazz movie, and I think it made him fall in love with jazz music and jazz drumming. So he started working on this piece of music called Caravan that is in that movie, and it's by Duke Ellington. And it's a difficult piece of music to play on drums, but it's cool to see students liking jazz again and falling in love with jazz, because there was a time in America before rock and roll and rap and everything when jazz was the exciting, cool, hip music. And it's one of the only styles of music that comes from America, was born here in America, just like blues. And so I love to see when kids fall in love with jazz music. So here is Caravan. I'm going to move some things out of the way here so you can see them a little bit better. And props to Taylor Green in the back, because it's the two of them that worked this out. I told Elan I've not really watched him do this, so I'm excited to sit and watch this for the first time. So he has done this on his own with the help of Taylor. I'm just excited to watch it. Here we go. Here's Elan King and Caravan. Yeah, pretty amazing, huh? Hey, give him another round of applause. That's fantastic. I was standing back there watching him play, and I was like, I'm sitting there blown away, and I've seen these kids play. I know how talented some of them are, and they never cease to amaze me by just going above and beyond and doing better and better things. I think it was a great concert. Thank you guys all for coming here and being here tonight. Thank you to the music boosters that help out, Amanda Ullman and her family, Taylor Green, parents that help out with the program. If you're interested in being a music sponsor, we try not to do fundraisers and instead get sponsorships as well, or instead. And if you turn in a sponsorship, that goes towards the student's rental fee or t-shirts or anything like that. So it's kind of cool if you turn in a sponsorship that's helping you out to not have to pay for those things. So if you're interested in sponsoring the program, please see me, email me, or you feel free to contact either school. Give all the two bands here tonight, and Elan, one more round of applause. Thank you very much. You guys have a great night. Your children are a blessing to work with. Have a great night.